Here we go, 33 minutes after the hour now, coming to you live from our nation's capital, the Bill Press Show, on your local progressive talk radio station nationwide, and also on Free Speech TV and on Talker TV, our worldwide video stream. We're brought to you today by the American Federation of Teachers, the good men and women of the AFT under President Randy Weingarten. Check out their website at aft.org. President Obama at 3:40 this afternoon, a very important ceremony at the White House awarding the Medal of Honor to 24 Army veterans from World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Very unusual. Most of the Medal of Honors that we've seen given lately have been to men and women who have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. And that reminds us of something else that is going on at this time, which is an effort in Congress to nominate certain brave Americans who served us in uniform for the Congressional Gold Medal. Samuel Rodriguez is head of the Congressional Gold Medal Alliance. He's put that whole effort together, and he joins us in our studio this morning. Samuel, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you, Bill.
How close are you to getting the number of senators and House members for the Congressional Gold Medal that you need?
Well, good morning, Mr. Bill, and it's a pleasure to be on your show. And we are seeking 22 sponsors from the Senate bill, which is Senate Bill 1174, and we're getting closer every day. So we still need 22 more senators.
Senators. How about in the House?
The House, we met our objective, our goal. We're supposed to meet 290, but we have 298. So we already met that mandate. So we're just focusing on the Senate.
And the Senate, so what's the controversy? Why wouldn't they? I don't understand. Let's back up. This would, how many people would qualify for the Congressional Gold Medal under?
Well, the Congressional Gold Medal is like the Medal of Freedom, so it's given for heroics, distinguished citizens, and so on and so forth. And the 65th Infantry, which is a unit hailing from Puerto Rico, they participated. They're the longest-standing Hispanic segregated unit that served during World War I, World War II, and Korea as a segregated unit. And just like the Tuskegee, the Point Miners, the 65th is the equivalent to those. And they're going to be the first unit that served in Korea that's going to be giving this Congressional Gold Medal once we get our senators to come on board on the bill.
You have a name for that group? What are they called?
The Borinqueneers. The Borinqueneers is the indigenous name of Puerto Rico.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Borinqueneers.
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 Yes, sir.
All right. There we. And how many members of the medal would honor the
unit.
The unit, and all those who served in the unit. Is
yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Which must be hundreds and hundreds, right?
Hundreds and hundreds, and even though they originated in Puerto Rico, we have people from all Hispanics, non-Hispanics. We have generals that Mexican-American descent that served in the unit. One of them being General Richard Cavazos, which he served when he first joined the military as a Hispanic-American officer, and he obtained the rank of 4-star general. So we have them all from all nationalities that served with the Borinqueneers.
Now, you said that they were a segregated unit?
10-4, yes, sir. They were a segregated unit. During the time when the Army was segregated, they would segregate the African Americans, the Hispanics, and the Japanese. But we are the only Hispanic unit in the military history that served and fought all wars and Korea.
And the members of that regiment were only then from Puerto Rico or only Latinos?
No, majority from Puerto Rico. What happened was that they were started in 1899, and in World War I they went to secure the Panama Canal, and in World War II they went as a unit. Some of the units, some of the members went there, and when Korea came, even though President Truman had desegregated the military, that desegregation bill, executive order, did not hit Puerto Rico, and they just shipped the whole unit as a whole, and they secured the biggest retreat from the Marines in Korea, and then they fought enormously strong battles, and so we have one Borinqueneer living in Maryland. He's 96 years old.
Oh my God!
And he served during World War II and Korea, and then afterwards he was injured in a mortar attack, and he survived that mortar attack because he had six layers of winter clothing, and that saved him. So, and he came back, and then he continued to serve in the government, and he now lives in Maryland.
And were these? I guess they were all men at the time. All men, right? Or?
All men, sir.
Yeah. And were they American citizens?
Absolutely. Puerto Ricans, we have been American citizens since 1917 when the Jones Act was enacted by Congress, and since that day and the day after, they instituted the draft, and they all went into the military, and we've been there. Mm-hmm.
And will any of these nominees or members of the 65th
Infantry,
will any of them be honored today at the White House?
Oh yes, First Sergeant Negron. He's one of those that will be honored today at the White House, sir.
And what war did he serve in? Do you know?
He served in Korea, sir.
In Korea.
In Korea.
Why is it that these awards today at the White House? Why did it take so long? These are for people who served in World War II, as I understand it, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Well, it could have been misunderstanding, miscommunication, or just bias that they were overlooked because of their race. I mean, they were not only Hispanic; they have African American, they have Jewish Americans that also were participating in that, and perhaps they were overlooked. And Congress saw that it was time to reboot our history, and that's what they did.
That's my understanding is that particularly for soldiers of Jewish and Hispanic descent, they were kind of not recognized as being eligible for the Medal of Honor at that time.
Yeah, they suffered tremendous discrimination, and I can tell you that it's very real because the stories tell you a big part of the story, and the stories are very, very difficult. And Puerto Ricans, for instance, they were not allowed. They were told to shave their mustaches. They could not eat rice and beans. People were separated by color, even though they were brothers and sisters. I mean, brothers, and it was very traumatic. It was very traumatic, but they kept the faith because they had tremendous patriotism, and that's what kept us. That's what kept them fighting forward, and we have to honor that, and it's time.
Yeah, I would say so. If again, what is it? SB 1174.
It's called the SS 1174.
SS. Okay.
No, just S. Just the S.
S.
It's Senate bill. It's 1174.
S 1174. Mm-hmm. Who is your chief sponsor in the Senate?
Senator Blumenthal from Connecticut, sir. He initiated the bill, and we also have other senators like Senator from New York. I forget his name.
Schumer?
Schumer. He was one of the co-sponsors, the initiators of the bill, and we have 6 more that were also participating. But we're still working at it because we still have a lot of senators who are reluctant to participate. So we are reaching out to them every day. To this weekend, we had a lot of petitions are coming in because none of the senators from Maryland are on the bill. So we are continuously collecting petitions from all residents in Maryland, sir.
And you have the last surviving Borinqueneer in Maryland, right?
Yes, sir. His name is Leonardo Martinez. He's 96 years old. He served during World War II, Korea, and just before Vietnam really kicked in, he retired. But his 2 sons went into the Vietnam War, and they're all alive, and they're looking pretty much forward to this bill.
Well, I think we should send out the word to Senators Barbara Mikulski and Ben Cardin that they better get on board here in the state of Maryland as well. In fact, I think for all of our listeners and our viewers around the country, that they ought to know about S 1174. And they can check out their senator and find out if the senator, he or she, is on board yet, and if not, get on board. I mean, this should not be a controversial thing. This is an honor that's long overdue to recognize the great sacrifice and the great service that these men provided for their country, and it's time that we gave them some recognition. And so this would be a ceremony at the Capitol once Right.
Yes, sir. Just like at the Capitol, like they did with the Tuskegee and the Nisi and the Women's Army Group, and it's also the an Army unit that hasn't been recognized with this gold medal, and so that would be a tremendous honor for the nation and an inspiration for young Americans that want to serve their country, because our country, democracy, is not free. I mean, it's not cheap, and we have to sacrifice a lot for it. So everybody who sacrificed should be recognized for that, especially during those critical wars of the 20th century.
No, absolutely. So it's so good that you're doing this. This is a great public service you're providing, too, with the Congressional Gold Medal Alliance. I'm sure you're going to get there, but it must be frustrating that it takes so long to get there.
I just want to say one more thing. This effort was really inspired by a mayor from the Army. His name is Frank Medina. He's out of Florida, and I'm sure the Florida listeners are going to take notice of this. Frank Medina started this process, and he got Congressman Bill Posey in Florida to introduce the House bill, and then he got Senator Blumenthal from Connecticut, his home state, to introduce the Senate bill. So I really I'm inspired by the Congressional Gold Medal Alliance, and we are working nationwide, and everybody should contact their senator, and everybody who listens to the show, if you're listening to the show, you're getting some great information, and this is an opportunity to join the history and be part of this amazing bill.
Yeah, this is certainly something we should do as a nation. We just have to get enough senators, 22 more senators on board. Samuel Rodriguez, thank you so much for your great work, and thanks for coming in and telling us about it this morning.
And I look forward to listening to this show and supporting it in the future and coming back.
We look forward to joining you with this big ceremony, which I know is going to happen. It's S1174. Make sure your senator is on board. Thanks, Samuel. Great to see you. Thank you. Great to see you. Thank you.